The Veterans Business Journey is made possible in part by the American Legion, Department of Arizona, the American Legion Auxiliary, Department of Arizona, and the West Valley Foundation. You're watching The Veterans Business Journey, where we celebrate the achievements of veterans. Would you like to share your story? Drop us a note at vetsbizjourney@gmail.com.
My name is Tony Cañas, and from the start, I wanted to be a paratrooper. But I was 17, and at that time, your mother had to sign, or father, or whatever. My mother wouldn't sign because I was underage. So when I went in, right away I heard about the ski troops, that they wanted volunteers, a volunteer outfit. They were in Camp Hale, Colorado. And I thought, well, if it's something different, that's what I want.
At 93, Tony Cañas, a World War II veteran, doesn't move as fast as he once did. But at the age of 17, he was healthy, athletic, loved to run, and was looking for some adventure in life. His adventure began when Cañas traded the hot Arizona desert for the cold, snow-covered Rocky Mountains of Hale, Colorado, to become an Army ski trooper.
They told me if you go, you'll be sent to Colorado to learn how to ski, how to climb mountains, how to sleep on the snow for 40 days at a time. And at 17, 18 years old, I loved the action, you know. And I was healthy, nothing hurt.
Cañas became a member of the Army's legendary 10th Mountain Division. It was an all-volunteer warfare unit of soldiers trained to survive and fight in the harshest Arctic conditions and dangerous mountainous terrain. 14,000 men were trained at Camp Hale to do battle in the mountains of Europe. It was at the end of 1944 when the 10th Mountain Division was deployed to Europe. The 10th began a series of daring assaults against German soldiers in some of the roughest terrain in the northern mountains of Italy. The goal of the 10th was to secure Mount Belvedere and Riva Ridge and defeat the Nazis who were entrenched high in the snowy mountains.
It was time to kick the Germans out of Italy. February 1945, and the 10th Mountain Division are preparing to assault Mount Belvedere.
During World War II, the Army's 10th Mountain Division saw 114 days of combat during a 4-month period and had one of the highest casualty rates. The 10th lost nearly 1,000 men. Tony Cañas is among those soldiers who were recognized for an act of bravery during combat in February 1945.
3 buddies and me were together. And we spent all night because I knew that if I moved, they shoot me. The enemy was 50 feet away at night, and they were waiting for us to move. We were waiting for them to move. So we spent the night in 6 feet of snow. And by the morning, they were gone. Under silence, you know, but they made noise or threw grenades, just guessing where you were, but in the snow, there was very little chance of them hitting you. And one of our boys, I think there was 4 of them, he kind of panicked, you know, because when they started shooting and there was no noise, he thought maybe one of us was hit. And he was calling me, Cañas. And I told him, shut up.
They went to correct some telephone wire to try and fix it, basically. They were sent out themselves. So they were having to do this at night in the snow, and there was enemy all around them. They didn't know where they were, and they were actually behind enemy lines in order to do that. So it was a very dangerous situation, you know, again, being behind the enemy lines. And they had to be very quiet. They were, any type of noise that they would make, they could be killed instantly.
This sign in Phoenix is a reminder to Cañas of the training he was able to receive because of his service to his country and the GI Bill.
I went to school, they sent me to school, dry cleaning school, tailor, and I got, my whole future was paid many times fold.
That's the GI Bill?
Yeah. Yeah. They sent me to New Jersey, was a dry cleaning and tailoring school. I can always say I'm grateful for my country. They gave me learned how to tailor, and I went into business. They helped me, and I raised 7 kids, and none of them needed nothing.
You proud of that?
Oh, you better. Yeah.
All boys?
All girls. I did better than that. They were all girls.
His 7 daughters have blessed Cañas with 15 grandchildren and 19 great-grandchildren.
We're just so proud of him and the other veterans who have served. Again, just from his stories, we can relate just a little bit to what they've gone through. So we're so proud of all the veterans that have served our country throughout the different wars. And we know how courageous they are, and we know what a struggle it is.
First, I'm a proud veteran, of course, always will be. And I'm also very grateful for my country, what I fought for and what I got in return. We made this country a lot better than what it was when I went in. And I was raised in the grapes of wrath. I grew up in that time. So naturally, I know the difference, and who made the difference? We made the difference.
Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help.
I'm a veteran. We hit a mine in Vietnam. When I came home, I didn't know where to turn.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
My victory's been never giving up hope. My wife is always there to remind me we have a life to live.
DAV provides a lifetime of support, helping veterans of every generation get the benefits they've earned.
I am a veteran, but after I got out, I spent 2 years alone and homeless.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans so they can reach victories great and small.
My victory was finding the support to get back on my feet. Now I'm getting things right with my family.
I finally admitted, with my PTSD, I wasn't doing well.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
Now I wish I'd found DAV sooner. I am a veteran. My victory is just enjoying each day.
Help support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
You're watching the Veterans Business Journey, where we celebrate the achievements of veterans. Would you like to share your story? Drop us a note at vetsbizjourney@gmail.com. At the recent 99th Annual American Legion State Convention, the organization's leadership reflected on their accomplishments during the last 12 months, set new goals for the coming year, and reinforced the Legion's historical importance. The American Legion was founded on March 15, 1919, at the American Club near Paris, France.
The American Legion is the largest program in the world. We have the most members in the world. We're going to have our centennial here pretty soon in a couple of years for the American Legion. We started in 1919. So it's an old program for our veterans. We started the Bill of Rights. So when people ask us, what do we do? Well, first of all, if you have children who serve their country or your dad, we are the ones who fought for their rights to get the Bill of Rights. Overall, the American Legion is aware of the promise of our veterans, the promise of our community, our children, our schools. We're involved in a lot of things in the American Legion. It's not just about veterans. So we do work hard for our community and our state and our veterans. We do care about our children, our neighbors. Mostly all the programs we utilize and the funds that we raise is for our community and state, not just only for our veterans. So you know that we do work hard.
The American Legion Department of Arizona consists of 88 posts and auxiliary units. It is the largest veterans organization with more than 50,000 members in Arizona. It's at the state convention that the organization's efforts are documented, its positive impact on its membership, the communities it serves, and the issues that need to be addressed to help veterans.
My name is Jesse Fernandez. I am a proud member of Post 41. I'm the incoming commander for the 18-19 term year. We're going to be working together. Personally, I've served in the Marine Corps for 6 years. After I got out of the Marine Corps, I missed that camaraderie, and I decided to go back in it, but the Marine Corps didn't have any openings, so I went into the Army Reserve. I served 26 years in the Army Reserve, retired as a Command Sergeant Major, and I'm really proud of my service.
As you know, you probably heard that there are many military veterans on a daily basis commit suicide. And the reason they do that is because they're not getting the kind of support that they need from our VA facilities or from the local communities in terms of helping them adjust to life after the military, because it is a big transition to them. Commander Bonilla, Department Commander Bonilla, is very much aware of that and is supporting anything that we can do as a department to provide resources to help those individuals who are troubled by their military service and the things that they've seen that are very troubling to them emotionally and mentally.
The Arizona American Legion Convention at the Sheridan on the Gila River Indian Reservation brought together the families of the Legion. Those include the American Legion Auxiliary, Sons of the American Legion, and American Legion Writers.
We advocate for veterans because they come back and a lot of them are basically lost. Not only physically, but mentally. So the need is there. The families need so much. They've given so much. And our mission is to advocate for veterans, the community, and children. And we support, all our programs support their 4 pillars. And their 4 pillars are Veterans Affairs and Rehabilitation, National Security, Americanism, and Children and Youth.
Our role is to support our veterans in any capacity that we can. We do that by supporting our post. With working with the American Legion, the Legionnaires, we have the ability to be a family, one big family. Sons of American Legion is a program of the American Legion. We are supporters of the Legion. The Sons are members that are non-veterans, those who did not serve. We are honoring our veterans, our family, our forefathers. That could be our parents, our grandparents, our step-parents.
During the 99th Annual American Legion Convention, the outgoing officers were honored for their dedication and commitment to helping veterans and their families. The newly elected officers were welcomed. Steve Aguirre was elected as the Arizona State Commander, and Cindy Queen as the President of the American Legion Auxiliary. Queen shared her vision for the coming year.
Well, 2018 and 2019, my theme this year is BEES, and that stands for Believe Equality Exists, supporting every veteran. And we're going to be doing just that. We're going to have worker bees and busy bees, and we're going to be going around the state of Arizona and trying to support our veterans. That's our mission, is supporting our veterans. And the special project this year is going to be supporting the visually impaired veterans. And once again, we will be going around Arizona and helping those veterans that are in need of rehabilitation and equipment to get them back into society and be as independent as they can with the help of the rehabilitation through visually impaired veterans.
Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help.
I'm a veteran. We hit a mine in Vietnam. When I came home, I didn't know where to turn.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
My victory's been never giving up hope. My wife is always there to remind me we have a life to live.
DAV provides a lifetime of support, helping veterans of every generation get the benefits they've earned.
I am a veteran, but after I got out, I spent 2 years alone and homeless.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans so they can reach victories great and small.
My victory was finding the support to get back on my feet. Now I'm getting things right with my family.
I finally admitted, with my PTSD, I wasn't doing well.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
Now I wish I'd found DAV sooner. I am a veteran. My victory is just enjoying each day.
Help support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
You're watching the Veterans Business Journey, where we celebrate the achievements of veterans. Would you like to share your story? Drop us a note at vetsbizjourney@gmail.com.
Hold it back.
These images, created by Jose Andres Giron, represent a calm moment during his days in Vietnam with the 101st Airborne Division, a pause, a breather from the war. Andres is a recipient of a Purple Heart and an Army Commendation Medal with V device for heroism in action against hostile forces.
Art has a way of neutralizing the ugliness, if you will. When I was in Vietnam, I kept a pad and a paper, and I would always be drawing. And I was a combat veteran, so I was out in the field, I was in search and destroy. But every time we took a break and I sat down, I pulled out my little pad and I just kind of escaped, even if it was for 10 minutes. And I kind of, like a therapy, if you will.
Those moments in Vietnam for Giron aren't easily forgotten. In search of his creative spirit after serving his country, Giron has explored the many possibilities of entrepreneurship.
Like myself, I'm an artist, so I went into silkscreen printing, advertising, sign painting, billboard painting. I used to work for a billboard company. It had to do with art.
Giron admits he enjoyed the financial rewards as a commercial artist, but he felt there was something missing. He sensed a creative spirit encouraging and motivating him to embrace his Latino culture and traditions. Once he did, he began creating some remarkable works of art, all positive images reflecting his roots as a child growing up in South Phoenix, in Golden Gate, and New Mexico.
The more this gets out there, the happier I am, because I'm bringing joy to them and to myself. And an artist, that's just me as an artist. I want my art to be appreciated for one thing. I want them to, my art reflects my culture. And that's why art is one of the hardest things to do. And it doesn't matter, there are certain things that perhaps sell better than others. The better skilled you are as an entrepreneur or a business person, the better you can do what you want to do.
Hidon began developing and refining his skills as an artist after serving his country. His GI Bill benefits provided him the opportunity to attend an art school in California, graduate from Phoenix College and Arizona State University. But the spirit of entrepreneurship has always been in his heart, and he understands the ups and downs of having your own business.
First of all, you got to know your craft or whatever it is you do. And you have to be competitive, for one thing, because you're not the only big-headed veteran or artist that wants to sell his work. So you have to market yourself. You have to take pride in your work. You have to value your art, because if you don't value your art, how do you expect people to value your art?
Vietnam veteran Jose Andres Hidon has prospered as a creative artist with a special flair for his culture. But he has a clear understanding that his success is due in part to the sacrifices many have made for all of us.
A lot of veterans have given their lives. I personally took a bullet so that we can become entrepreneurs, artists, writers. The freedom that we have in this country, this wonderful country, it gives us the opportunity, and it's because of veterans that we're able to do this. My name is Jose Andres Hidon. I'm a Vietnam veteran, and I'm proud of it.
Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help.
I'm a veteran. We hit a mine in Vietnam. When I came home, I didn't know where to turn.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
My victory's been never giving up hope. My wife is always there to remind me we have a life to live.
DAV provides a lifetime of support, helping veterans of every generation get the benefits they've earned.
I am a veteran, but after I got out, I spent 2 years alone and homeless.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans so they can reach victories great and small.
My victory was finding the support to get back on my feet. Now I'm getting things right with my family.
I finally admitted, with my PTSD, I wasn't doing well.
But there's more to be done, and more victories to be won.
Now I wish I'd found DAV sooner. I am a veteran. My victory is just enjoying each day.
Help support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
You're watching the Veterans Business Journey, where we celebrate the achievements of veterans. Would you like to share your story? Drop us a note at vetsbizjourney@gmail.com.
My name is Mark Field. I'm a proud U.S. Navy submarine veteran and the publisher of the National Veterans Magazine.
Mark Field is passionate about the military, especially the Navy, the role it's played in shaping our lives. He feels his role as an entrepreneur, a magazine publisher, is to help veterans heal and help others understand the sacrifices veterans have made for the freedoms we enjoy.
In the end, the fact that we served our country is going to be one of the most important, impactful things that we ever did in life.
Mark, a Brooklyn, New York native, spent 8 years in the Navy in a submarine. He says he traveled around the world a number of times beneath the ocean. After he left the Navy, Mark says he spent a few years trying to find his place in the civilian world.
The military gave me an opportunity to go to college, get an education, gave me an opportunity to work in finance, which is what I did for 8 years, which led me to my career in mortgage finance in civilian life. Finally, it led me to believe that I'm meant to be an entrepreneur. I like being my own boss, I like setting my own schedule, and so that led me to both in the mortgage industry and in the magazine industry.
That entrepreneur spirit acquired during his time in the Navy inspired Mark to fulfill a 20-year-old dream, the publication of a veterans magazine.
Well, the biggest goal for the magazine is to help veterans heal. I remember reading recently that if a veteran has the opportunity to tell their story, their personal individual story, that goes a long way in helping them heal. So the goal of the magazine is to be a voice and help veterans heal.
The National Veterans Magazine is a reflection of Mark Field's patriotic dedication to veterans. It's also a voice and a resource of information for veterans, as well as a way to help others understand veterans and the sacrifices they've made.
Helping reduce veteran suicide, health care, job development for veterans, helping homeless veterans. So those are core issues that are in the magazine every issue.
Mark Field is a positive example of someone who is enthusiastic about the possibilities of entrepreneurship. His advice to other veterans?
I would say the famous Navy quote, "Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead." And you know what? So they need to believe in their ability. The military was just an incredible resource for being an entrepreneur. It gets you to be able to change directions at the instant. No management meetings, no papers to draft, no memos to write. So embrace what opportunities you have as an entrepreneur and then plow ahead.
You're watching The Veterans Business Journey, where we celebrate the achievements of veterans. Would you like to share your story? Drop us a note at vetsbizjourney@gmail.com.